I'm sitting in a hotel room in Oakland, California, which is way across the country from where I live. I was invited here to judge a Cavalier specialty show, which I did earlier today. A specialty show is a show where it's all one breed, so there were nothing but Cavaliers. It's different from an all breed show, which you find a lot of in the American Kennel Club, where there'll be lots of different breeds and entries in each one of them. So I had I don't know, maybe about 45 Cavaliers or so to look at, and that's actually small for a specialty show. And I thought you might be interested in a little bit of insight into that. So pardon me if I loosened my tie, but it was a very grueling day. Not easy to choose the best when you have all those wonderful dogs to consider. And there were some really, really nice entries. Also, I apologize for the fact that I could not shoot that video myself because I was busy judging. However, our breed club supplies a live feed, and I'm using the recording of that live feed to take a few snippets, and I'll try to explain what's happening. So here's a look at what happened today at the show. We start the day off by judging the boys in the morning. The girls come on in the afternoon after we take a lunch break, and they are divided into classes. Here you see one class entering on the left side as I'm finishing up with the previous class on the right. The classes can be defined by age or color or breeding, but the procedure is exactly the same for every one of them. First thing I do is just go down the line, try to assess their temperament and the type and the way they look in profile. And I have the class move the dogs around as a group, and then I give each one of them a thorough table examination. I'm looking at their structure, and then I put them down on the floor and have them move so I can see how that structure is reflected in their movement. I place the dogs in each class from first place on down, and then when we're done with all the classes, each of the class winners comes back into the ring for what we call the challenge. So you see here each of the class winners entering the ring so that we can select what we call the winner for that sex. So we have one for the boys and one for the girls. I take a good second look at each one of these dogs. I make a cut. Here you'll see I take about usually 4, 5, or 6 of the ones that I think are still worthy of consideration for winners, and then I very carefully make my pick for winner's dog. We also make a pick for the second best in each gender, and that's called the reserve winner. So let's take a look at the ones I picked. This 2-year-old boy was my winner's dog. They call him Raj. He was just magnificent, beautifully put together, moved very well, excellent temperament, lovely face, just so many nice things to say about him. This was our reserve winner for the boys, and he was just a puppy, not quite 1 year old, did very well. This lovely black and tan with a phenomenal temperament, lovely face, moves well, nice little body, was my pick for the girls, the very best one that I thought was in the lineup. And my pick for reserve among the girls was this beautiful Blenheim girl who was so well put together, absolutely graceful on the move, from her lovely graceful neck right down to the tip of her tail. Beautiful girl. The highlight of the show, as with every dog show, comes at the very end when we pick Best in Show. And since this is a specialty show with just Cavaliers, we have the winner in each sex come back into the ring. So then I had to make my pick for Best in Show, which was Raj, the winner's dog. This boy shown here with one of his owners lovingly grooming him, who to my mind embodied everything we look for, from a sweet temperament, lovely expression, very well structured, and moves like a dream. So it was a long process, but we got to the Best in Show.
Well, I'm back. It was kind of a rugged trip, actually. There were winter storms all around the country. And while I was gone in New York, there was like an inch or two of snow and then rain on top of that, which kind of iced everything over. I mean, it was very pretty. The dogs, of course, enjoyed being in the snow. You know, it's funny, Cavaliers do not like rain, but they do like snow. But I did have a very rewarding experience judging those Cavaliers, and I hope you enjoyed the insights. Now I have here all of my notes from the show, and so I'm going to get busy writing my critiques, because we do a written critique on every single dog that we place first, second, third, or fourth. And that's kind of a big job, but I think it's a very useful job for the exhibitors. So, until next time, I hope everybody's well.